What's going on, guys, and welcome back to DriveHub. And in today's video, we're adding a little C6 ZR1 style flare to the C5 Corvette in the form of this ZR1 style front splitter, and I am hype. Now, one of my dream cars just so happens to be the C6 Corvette ZR1. I am in absolute love with them. I think they are so freaking cool. So when I discovered that someone made a ZR1 style front splitter for the C5, I was hooked and I knew I had to get one. So thankfully my friends over at Kebuk sent me this one to try out. This particular one's made of fiberglass, and I believe there's two front splitter styles that you can get. One is the CS style, this one is the ZR1 style. Now I already know what you guys are gonna say, the ZR style front splitters, especially if they have the intakes on the ends, are gonna cause overheating issues with the C5 Corvette because they're bottom feeders. They get all their air and cooling from the bottom. Now I've read dozens and dozens of forums on this. Some people said that yes, their C5s did in fact overheat when they installed this. Others said that they had no issues at all. So we're gonna find out what happens. Now this front splitter does come shipped primed already. I'm gonna scuff it up quick with some light sandpaper and then hit it with some gloss black. I know the C6 ZR1 front splitter is actually carbon fiber, but I didn't feel like wrapping this in carbon fiber. And I know you can get this style front splitter from other companies in carbon fiber, but they're very, very expensive. So I've already scuffed it up. We're gonna hit it with some gloss black and a gloss clear coat, see how it looks. If I don't like how it looks, then I can always take it off and spray it either a satin clear coat or even a matte clear coat, or paint it to match the body in general. But I'm gonna go with gloss black for now, so we're gonna go ahead and spray it, and then tomorrow when it's all dry and ready to handle, we're gonna mount it to the car. Guys, so now it's day 2 of this front splitter install. The front splitter is all painted. I just hit it with some gloss black and then a gloss clear coat, but it's dry. It's looking good except for the spot where I put my finger and the paint wasn't quite dry yet, but that's a story for another time. So right now we're going to jack the C5 up in the air, put it on some jack stands, and figure out how to mount this thing. Guys, so the car is up in the air, it's on jack stands, I've done the shake test, it's not going anywhere. First things first, I'm going to clean the bottom side and the top side, both mounting surfaces of the Corvette, the bottom of the front bumper and the splitter, to make sure there's no debris, oil or anything on the bottom so that we have a clean mounting surface. I'm just going to use some quick detailer, some Liquid X stuff, and clean both surfaces. Okay, so now this part would be a lot easier if I had a set of helping hands, but I don't have any friends, I have no girlfriend, I'm a complete loser. So what I'm gonna try to do is take this double-sided tape and put it along all the edges. So then I'll be able to at least put it up and hopefully have it stay in place. I have a feeling this tape is gonna be way too weak to do this. I might use my other jack and have it kind of just stay somewhat in position while I drill it in and measure it, because I wanna make sure that this is spot on even and looks good. Now we're just gonna bring this up like this. Luckily The Chevrolet engineers did leave us a nice center line on the front of the C5. So it looks like we might have to remove the factory front air dam thing, because this is not, yeah, looks like those might have to come off the corner parts. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull those off then. All right guys, so I tried using the double-sided adhesive tape method and removing the corner bolt on the side front air dam splitter thing that's factory on the Corvette, but the tape didn't work at all, and I'm definitely gonna need another set of hands to do this in order to make it actually look right. I mean, I could probably get it to stay up somewhat with this tape and screw in one side and adjust it as I go, but I really don't wanna screw this up. I don't wanna have to drill multiple holes to do this. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna remove the double-sided adhesive tape, and then I'm gonna wait for another set of hands.
Tomorrow for sure.
Alright guys, so the front splitter is finally on. Now it did take two other sets of hands as I actually screwed the front splitter in order to massage this a little bit. Now this one is made of fiberglass, as I said, and you do really need to actually manipulate it to fit it into place. Now you'll notice here that we put no screws in the middle. You have a lot of empty room here. If you put screws in the middle, you're definitely not going to be able to massage this thing as much as you're going to need to. So we put two screws over here, two screws over here, and then we worked our way outwards. We did one on the outside of the actual scoop here. On this side, I put two because it needed a little more massaging than that side. And then we put one at the very end of the splitter. Now it didn't end up fitting flush all the way to the end of the front bumper, which is fine. At least it's even on both sides. But yeah, definitely gonna need two sets of hands at least to do this. I had three and we were barely able to make it work. But afterwards, we were able to loosen some of these screws, put screws in other places to tighten up the spots that had a little bit more gaps than the other side. So now what we're gonna do before we drop the car back on the ground is put on these little front air dam corner pieces, because I did end up having to remove them entirely from the car in order to get this to fit right. Now on the last mounting point here for the actual air dam, you'll see I put it up like this. The last mounting point right there, and right there, right next to the screw that I had to put in for the front air splitter. I might have to adjust it a little bit or else drill a new hole in the front air dam in order to make this fit flush. So right now we're gonna go ahead, put both of these back on the car and get the car on the ground. Alright guys, so the ZR1 style front splitter is finally on the car. Yes, it did take quite a bit of work with 3 people to do this, but then again, this is fiberglass. You do need to massage it, as I said, a little bit. It has to be manipulated a little bit. But now that it's fully bolted on and installed, I am in love with the look of it. It makes the front end of the C5 look so much lower than stock. Again, I painted mine gloss black and I'm really digging the look of it right now. Again, a huge shout out to Kabuk Auto for sending me this out. This thing looks amazing. And again, I'll include links down in the description below so you guys can be sure to check this thing out. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of the look of this ZR1 front splitter. But that's it for me today. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Happy motoring.